Gandhi was the biggest and great patriotic in India. He was born on 2nd October 1869 on Porbandar, Gujarat. His full name is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and he is the father of nation. People lovingly called Bapu or father. In 1947, truth and ahimsa were the guiding principles of his life. Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated by Nathuram Godse on 13th January. Thank you.
Everyone, my name is Kalyani K. I am studying in class 7A. Today I am here to say some words about our great leader Subhash Chandra Bose. Whenever we hear the name Subhash Chandra Bose, the first thing that comes in our mind is a popular saying by him, "Tum mujhe khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga." Subhash Chandra Bose, popularly known as Netaji, was a great militant, freedom fighter and a patriot.
An unforgettable woman warrior figure in Indian history is our Rani Lakshmi Bai, who was well known as Rani of Jhansi. Lakshmi Bai was born on 19th November 1828 in Varanasi into a Brahmin family and was named Manikarnika. Nickname is Manibai. Felt an appeal for hearing on the case, but the appeal was registered and the state jewels confiscated. An order was passed asking Rani to leave Jhansi Fort and move to the Rani Mahal in Jhansi. But Lakshmi Bai was bent about protecting the state. The Rani of Jhansi was also sometimes being called the Joan of Arc of the Indian independence struggle.
Good morning, respected principal, teachers and my dear friends. I stand before you to speak on the topic Sardar Patel. Vallabhbhai Jawaharbhai Patel, popularly known as Sardar Patel, was one of the freedom fighters of our country. He was born on 31st October 1875 in Nadia, Gujarat, and he took his last breath on 15th December 1950 in Mumbai. During his early years in politics, he followed the footsteps of Mahatma Gandhi. He played a vital role in Quit India movement and India's struggle for independence. He was a leader of Indian National Congress and one of the founding fathers of independent India.
Good morning friends, my name is Diapi Girish of class 7C. Today I am going to tell a speech about Rani Lakshmi Bai. Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi is known as a great patriotic and one of the most important freedom fighters during the First War of Independence in 1857. Although she fought primarily for her kingdom, the fact is that she refused to bow her head to the powerful, cruel and cunning British Empire.
Hello everyone, I am Nandana Govind of class 6th B. Today I am going to speak about Dadabhai Naoroji. Dadabhai Naoroji was a freedom fighter, an educator, the social and political leader of India. He was born on 4th September 1825 in Mumbai. He was also known as the Grand Old Man of India. The book written by Dadabhai Naoroji was Poverty and Un-British Rule of India. He started a newspaper called Voice of India. He became the president of Indian National Congress for 3 times. He was the first Indian who was elected in British Parliament in 1892. He died on 30th June 1917 in Mumbai. Thank you.
Good morning to all my respected teachers and my dear friends. My name is Bhavita S and I am studying in class 8A. We are Indians and we have heard many stories about our freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives for our country. Today I am going to do a speech about Mahatma Gandhi, a great and brave freedom fighter. India got its independence on 15th August 1947. He led the Dandi March with other 78 volunteers. Gandhiji and other freedom fighters are an important part of our history, and we should respect their contribution and sacrifice for our country's freedom that we enjoy today.
Jawaharlal Nehru was an Indian anti-colonial nationalist, secular humanist, social democrat and an author who was a central figure in India during the middle third of the 20th century. Upon India's independence in 1947, he served as the country's Prime Minister for 17 years. Pandit Nehru was born on 14 November 1889 in Allahabad. Nehru was the principal leader of the Indian nationalist movement in the 1930s and 40s. Upon India's independence on August 15, 1947, Nehru gave a critically acclaimed speech. He was sworn in as the Dominion of India's Prime Minister and raised the Indian flag at Red Fort in New Delhi. His premiership, spanning 16 years to 86 days, and which is today longest in India, ended with his death on 27 May 1964. Thank you.
And today I am here to talk about Balagangadhar Tilak. He was born on 23rd July 1856 in Prasan, Maharashtra. Balagangadhar Tilak was the leader of the Indian independence movement. He is earned as Lokmanya. He was one among Lal, Bal, Pal, Undre. The British colonial authorities called him the father of Indian unrest. Mahatma Gandhi called him the maker of modern India. Tilak was one of the first strongest advocates of Swaraj and a strong radical in Indian conscience.
Rani Lakshmi Bai was a woman freedom fighter. She was born at 19th November 1828 at Varanasi and her death was on 18th June 1858. Rani Lakshmi Bai fight against the British to protect India. Manikarnika was the real name of Rani Lakshmi Bai and her nickname was Manu.
Gangadhar Tilak, by name Lokmaya. He born on 23 July 1856. He is scholar, mathematician, philosopher and ardent nationalist who helped to lay the foundation for India's independence by building his own defense of British rule into national movement. He served as president of Indian Home Rule League.
Center of 7C KV at OTTAPALAM. Here I am speaking about the greatest Indian freedom fighter, Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh, born in 1907, he was among the extreme revolutionary Indian freedom fighters. He was a largely controversial, though respected figure in the freedom struggle of India.
Mahatma Gandhi was the primary leader of India's independence movement and also the architect of a form of non-violent civil disobedience that would influence the world. Until Gandhi was assassinated in 1948, his life and teachings inspired activities including Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela.
Rani Lakshmi Bai collected arms and ammunition, and when British army attacked the fort, they were surprised to see a sword in the hands of Queen. She could not dominate the British army, but she fought till her last breath and gave her life for the sake of freedom.
Hello, my name is S. Abhinu Krishna and I am studying class 8B. Today I am going to give a speech about Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru was an Indian freedom fighter and a political leader. He was the first Prime Minister of India after the independence. He worked very closely to the father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, in the freedom struggle. He was very fond of children and was called Chacha Nehru by them. He was also described as the architecture of the India.
Good morning to one and all present here. They may kill me, but cannot kill my ideas. They can crush my body, but they will not be able to crush my spirit. I think this quote must have reminded you all one of the greatest freedom fighters of Indian history, that is Bhagat Singh.
India was finally granted independence by the British in 1947 but split into two colonies, India and Pakistan. Gandhi was against this decision which divided the country but finally agreed upon thinking Hindus and Muslims would achieve peace in
Mahatma Gandhi was a man who gave his whole life to the nation. No doubt people refer to him as the father of the nation. His empathy for the poor, oppressed and lower caste people is absolutely unparalleled. This great man continues to command respect not only in India but all over the world. Thank you.
Bhagat Singh was an Indian revolutionary freedom fighter who was hanged to death by British colonizers at the age of 23 years. fondly known as Shahid Bhagat Singh. He is considered a national hero of India's freedom struggle against colonial rule.
Today I am telling about Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was a great freedom fighter who liberated our country from the British. The Salt March of 1913 was one of the key acts of non-violent civil disobedience organized by Mahatma Gandhi. He was assassinated in 13th January 1948 by Mahatma Gandhi. The Prime Minister Nehru was announced his death. He said that the lights has gone out of our lives and there is darkness everywhere.